Hello and welcome in, friends. Um, Ads were supposed to have already started and they are not going. Yeah. There's a good chance they're just going to happen at some point, and when they do, I do apologize. I try to run them in the starting soon. That's the whole point of it. But they're not running right now. So I guess we'll just wait for them to happen. You did get ads? Okay, maybe my timer's screwed up. Let me load it back in. Maybe it'll tell me the correct thing. Yeah, as long as you guys got them, then it's okay. Hype Train's probably blocking it. Oh, but it doesn't even say that I can. I don't know. It's being weird. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. We'll run it. It'll be fine. And then if ads do hit, I'm gonna preemptively warn you. Apologies. But we'll just let it fly. It'll be fine. Hey Trey, welcome in. How are you? Hello. How we doing, friends? Look, I know I said I wasn't going to stream and all, but listen, Mrs. Flash told me that she had a lot of work to do tonight. I was like, well, then you know what? I guess I'll do it. Why your drop's not working? I don't know. It must be a Twitch problem then. Yeah, if it's not actually actively working, like the percent is not going up at all, then it's a Twitch thing. I would try reloading, log out, log back in, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's not controlled by me and that's not controlled by Kinetic. Yeah. But hi, friends. My God. Miss Phoenix, Viper's Planet, Athena. Thank you for the resubs, friends. Legend, hello. Thank you for the follows. Jackie, thank you 31 months. Tis Phasmo time. Got your badge earlier? Heck yeah. Seen so much of you are starting to be burned into my dreams. Apologies. Sorry. So this is what it would feel like kind of if I was full time. Like how often that is, that's what it would feel like. Probably a little overbearing, but you know what though? I think you guys can deal. Good to see you all. Tonight, we're going to be playing with friends, which is awesome and fun. I wasn't planning on being live, but when he said, hey, do you want to play? I was like, oh, well, you know, why not? I'm doing good, Rajay. I just finished the 360 scans, starting the unofficial hiding spots. Let's go. That one is going to be super freaking useful. Been at work all day, so I haven't been able to get to play the new map. Ooh, you'll love it. You're going to love it. For sure. Yeah. Befuddled, hello. What's up, Bentley? Stellan, good to see you. We had a real blood moon eclipse. Oh, yeah, we had a blood moon here. Yeah. Hi, Dorito. Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate you. Dage, thank you for the biddies. You're very welcome, of course. And that's part of the reason why a lot of us want to try to be live as much as we can, because we want there to be more opportunity for people to get the drops. So hopefully everyone can get them. Per the usual, when we're done, we're going to try our best to go somewhere where there are more drops to be had. So that way you guys can continue earning if you haven't gotten it yet. I know, Lord, listen, I'm just a big old fat liar face. You know, I accept it. Okay. It's just what I am. I am who I am. Okay. Pixel Pixie, thank you for the subs. Just play the new map. It's so good. I love it, man. Chingus got a blood moon on his first game of Tangle. Ooh, I did get one, Drifter. Yes, I did get one. Hold on. Let me do this. Do this so that way people that are on the other side can also see this in case they do not have their drops also. But yeah, this will go, I believe, until the 10th. I think the 10th is when it goes to, but I'll pin this over on the tube side so that way people can see it too. What are we doing today? We're going to be playing some new Tangles with friendos. I haven't gotten my badge yet for completing it 50 times. So we're just going to try to get closer to that. Yeah. You finished APOC 3 this week. Very nice. Heck yeah. It's tough, man. No, Stellar, I know. I make sure I'm live everywhere first. That's like kind of been my new thing where I want to make sure that I'm live everywhere before I do it. Since it's going to be pinging for every platform, it's like I might as well make sure I'm live everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Just got your badge. Let's go. Pixel Pixie, thank you for the subs, friend. All right, I'll just do the same message. I think that's fine, but we'll do the lizard button. Lizard button. Don't mind me. Just doing stuffs and pings. All right, let me open Phasmo, and then I'm going to make sure that our friendos are ready to go, which they probably will be soon. So we'll double check. What does subbing do? It does multiple things. It removes ads from the channel for you. It allows you access to emotes, sometimes special channels inside of Discords like mine. Lots of stuff. But for the most part, and we say this a million times over, if you're trying to get rid of ads on Twitch, do not sub Turbo. Look up what Twitch Turbo is. Twitch Turbo is a way to remove ads across the entire platform, not just a channel. Turbo, remove ads. Sub, support. It is always the way to look at it. Love Turbo. Yeah. We watch you for 2 hours and we get the new badge. That is correct. Any tips for hunts? You're pretty scared of them. The usual advice that we give is for you just to kind of go, look, ads are going to start in like 30 seconds. For me, it says they're going to start now. Yeah. The advice that I always give is to just throw yourself in the deep end and see what it feels like to get hunted. Yeah. So don't add any items. Just let yourself go into the map and get hunted. Then you're good to go. You have a question? It's better off just to ask it, friend. Yeah. What the heist? You ain't overexerting yourself, are you? No, if I was, I wouldn't be here. Yep. Best item to start with? That's per the player. I like to start with flashlight, EMF, and thermo. But it also depends on the objectives. Sometimes I like to switch it up. Yeah. I only watch 2 channels, so subbing is worth it. There you go. Yeah, see? It just depends. Because I use Prime. Right, if you don't watch a lot of channels and you watch 1, maybe 2 channels, then it could make more sense to sub than Turbo. Right. It is a lava lamp, but it's broken. So that's the reason it's not on. It would be on, but it's broken. Yeah. You want to know where to see the drop percentage? Twitch.tv/drops. Yeah, madam, thank you for the 8 months. Hey, and thank you for the Prime, dude. I do appreciate that. Liz Nuts, thank you for the 6 months. Hello. Allergies are kicking today. Catbird, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. That message should have been with this. No, that's okay. Headlight, EMF, photo, camera, UV is my go-to. Yeah, sometimes I like to change it up though. Sometimes I like to bring in a completely different set of items. Like if I know that I can bring in all of the items needed for the side objectives, I might skip evidence and only bring in that stuff and be the quest guy. Hey, Keith, putting in the work. Gotta do what we gotta do, man. Gotta do what we gotta do, but we love what we do. You know what I mean? Yeah. K-Town Kimbo, what's up? Yeah. I have 1.2 now. Oh, the points? Yeah, if you're subbed, you get points faster. Yeah. Can't wait to play you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. Dominator, hello. Made to stream. What's up, Cody? What about flashlight thermo cruci? Perfectly fine. There is no wrong answer. There's literally no wrong answer. It is purely what you want to do. All right. There's nothing wrong with taking whatever you want. I sub with Prime because I got gifted a sub to the other streamer watch. Oh, appreciate you. Avalar, thank you for the subs. What up, homie? Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Make sure that if you want to get your badge in game, make sure that you do this. You need to set that up if you haven't done that yet to get the badge in game. You can still earn the badge without actually linking this up yet. So don't worry about the order of operations. But if you're like, I don't see it in game, you might not have done this yet. That might be why. Are you playing with Chinggis and Doc? I'm playing with one of those people. What is this? What is happening? This is not my play. It continues on to like another playlist, and I don't know what the hell this is. Yeah, let's go back over here. You should use the NVIDIA brightness. It changes everything. No, to me, it ruins everything. If you're talking about brightening it up with the filters, no, I don't like it. Nope. There's multiple reasons I don't do it. Multiple. Cheese Elf, thank you for the biddies. A, I don't like the look of it. I think it ruins the picture. It makes it look like trash. Two, console players can't do it. So then when console players are watching, they're like, well, I can't do that. How the hell do I? Yeah. So I'd rather it look the way that my game looks. You can make it look like that no matter what platform you're on. That's the way that I like it. Madam Wolf, they have not actually said it publicly, but I can almost guarantee that there's going to be a static version of the badge that's probably available to all streamers starting the next week. I could almost guarantee it. Yeah. Is that how some streamers look more vivid? Are you talking about with the filters? If you're watching a stream and they're in a map that looks really dark, but for some reason theirs doesn't look dark, like why is it so bright? They're probably using either OBS filters or they're using NVIDIA filters. Yeah. I just don't like to do it. Hi, Fritz. The guys of the follows. Welcome in. My video settings. I'll show you. So I crank my brightness because it's easier for me to see, but also easier for you guys to see. And then I'll do a quick little scroll just so you can see what I'm using. I've been using the same settings for ages. Eons. Nothing special, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. Dio, thank you for the biddies. Been watching the YouTube for over a year. Ooh, I appreciate you, man. Holy moly. Subbies, how are you? I'm blind AF and can't see well. Also need new glasses. Well, the new glasses is probably not helping you very much, Pixel. Screenshot it, of course. Yeah, you can always make a clip as well. If the screenshot would be multiple screens, you could always do a clip and then you can just watch the video back and get the settings that way too. Watched for a while, learned a lot. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming over. Let me check on our little Mr. Chinggis. When in-game options aren't bright enough, NVIDIA can change its own settings to make it even brighter. Often I forget that I'm in the dark since I changed mine. Yeah. Hey, Citrine, hello, how are you? Stumbled across you on the tubes. Because of you, I now have a Twitch account. Hey, welcome over. Well, I appreciate you watching, dude. Juju. Hi, friend. How was your stream? Juju, I'm sorry. I was at the gym. When I saw your message about coming to see the streams. What happened? What happened? What are my specs? Do exclamation point specs. Yeah. Hi, Shrek. How are you? What's up, Nano? All the friends are here. Jesus Christ. Is the freaking hype train still going? What the hell? Also, again, ads starting soon has been locked on my screen for ages, and I haven't seen the ads are playing message pop in chat. Why would we be here? Crow, I don't know. Oh, why wouldn't we? Okay, that's way better. Why would we be here? It's like, damn, what did I do? Got a blood moon on my... There we go. Now the ads are playing. Oh, please, take forever. Got a blood moon in my second invest. I did eventually get a blood moon, to be fair. And it was after... I'd say within the first 20 games. Within the first 20 games, I think I had blood moon. Yeah. Do I still get drops while lurking? Absolutely. You can get the drop without ever saying a single word here. Yeah, it has nothing to do with being active or anything like that at all. Nope. Lurking, it just lets me know that you have the stream open, but you just might not be active. You don't have to do that. If you're going into lurking, you don't have to say it. You can just fall into the shadows. Trust me. It's fine. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Mr. Chinggis, I was just about to check on you. Yeah, the ads are going. I know, they finally hit. It only took, how long have I been live? It only took 20 minutes. Good Lord. Why is it locked up? Thank you for the primes, friends. We are ready for you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on the way, Mr. Chinggis. I'm on the way. Chinggis is here. Chinggis is here.
A list of other hunters asking for help.
What the crumbs? Hello. Hi. Mommy's busy. While mommy's busy, then I'll be. Oh. What did the police say? All right. See you, missus. Love you, love you. She's a goofy goober. Oh my god, she scared me. All right. Let me pull up his stuff and things. She's adorable. Yeah, she's something. What dad joke? No, she didn't tell me a dad joke. She was like, "You did not snuggle me on Saturday, and you didn't snuggle me tonight." I said, "What did the police say?" And she said, "You are fired." Well, I'm not a cop, so joke's on them. Joke's on them. All right. I was literally just before here lying down on the couch with her, hanging out, watching a show. She is a turd. She is a princess turd. All right, let's go. Hopefully my microphone's working. I had to restart some stuff earlier. The power surge that happened in my house earlier happened to the entire house. My wife was like, "Oh yeah, everything shut off, went back on." I was like, okay. Oh wow, I'm Maddox. Wow, look at my cool badge. Wow. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, hey.
I do like it. I do like it. I mean, it's really obvious what it's from.
No, it's really cool. It is really.
I do like it. Anybody that hates the new Tanglewood is probably like, "I'm never gonna touch this badge ever in my life." Oh, my Lanta, how's it going, gents?
Just now.
It's going great, man.
What do you guys?
How are you
What kind of
doing,
games you guys doing?
we're doing-
Custom. Go ahead, Maddox. You tell him.
It's my own little custom 8.42x. It's basically no sanity, no evidence.
Okay.
But we got like high activity, high ghost rate, or high ghost events.
Right.
Curse possession. You know.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, mine is usually a 10, 12. I'm trying to see why mine is higher. Oh, because you have a cursed possession. That's why. Okay, cool.
Yeah, curse possession, and we
Yeah.
have.
Keeps it interesting.
We also have flashlights like on and everything. Yeah. I also.
Norm!
I
We're gonna go
start
sat in Norm.
and it's just easy photo.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can get used to it.
How are you
Yeah, it's
enjoying
different.
the new
It's
Tanglewood?
different.
I love it, man. I really, really do.
It's so good.
It's
so good.
It feels. There's many things that people have said that I really like. People have said it feels lived in. People have said it feels like it's its own entity. That it feels like it's been left for who knows how long. Like I love all of it. I love every bit of it. How do you get the Tanglewood back?
Agree.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part of the map? Oh,
Honestly, as of right this second, my favorite thing about Tanglewood has to be the closet update. Like how you can actually see through the closets. It's so
the
cool.
scene through the closets is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. I assume that they'll bring that to like Ridgeview and Edgefield when they rework it. But with it being exclusive to Tanglewood, it's probably my favorite part right now.
I like the choo-choo.
I like choo-choo.
I like choo-choo.
I did. So the video that they posted of Tanglewood where they had like the POV of the train, I attempted to recreate it by getting the camera to sit on the train. Just fun fact, it doesn't work. I tried real hard.
Aww. So the camera won't go around with the choo-choo
well,
train?
it doesn't help.
Did you try the tier 1?
No. I only tried tier 3 and it looked obnoxious and I like jammed it into the tunnel. It did not work. Love the new map. I do too, man.
I can't imagine why that didn't work.
I don't know.
Flash.
It's great. But listen, it would never fit.
Okay,
It would
I get
fall
it.
off anyway. It's fine. All right, I'm ready. There was a close-up of the gnome outside. No way our player can do that without VR. Well, the dev team, they've done flyovers, like over Point Hope and stuff.
All right. Now, I don't usually play with this many other people. So
I know,
I'll be
so now you have to
sharing,
balance equipment.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. Can't just take two
Well,
smudges and
I
that's all.
mean-
You take whatever you want. I'll make whatever
Yeah.
work. I don't usually do the flashlight though. I
Well,
do
no. You guys take whatever you
Well,
want.
the
and I
flashlight's
will-
for me. Yeah.
night vision. Ugh.
Yeah, night vision.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't use it. I don't use
Okay,
it.
can we switch to tier 2 next? Please? Because I use it. I like it.
We've been.
Not to be a Madonna.
This was like a 20-minute thing earlier. Okay, you just had to be there. You just
Dang
had to be
it.
there. Okay. We've been through this already, and yes, I will change.
Okay. I'll make sure to remind. Okay, thank you. All right, I got a Cruci, I've got a Smudge, Repel, photo of the EMF, and escape. Okay, I'll throw an EMF in there. Why is night vision bad? It's just
I will
having to stare at the green the whole time. It's a migraine. Yeah.
And
I gotta take my medicine. I'm glad you just said that.
a candle.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna go.
Oh, we had a blood moon.
Oh,
On
I had
this
one earlier
map.
We did
today.
have a blood moon on our first game.
Was the sound all bugged for you?
So it was so pleasant because the rain was not overbearing. When it's raining on this map, it's so loud.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's big. Oh, I have a
Yeah.
bug. Hold on, I got a bug. There we go. Crisper. There we go. All right, it's fixed.
I mean,
Audio bug.
they make creams for that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I'm just trying to
Oh,
help.
I was gonna ask. Have you guys found any more good natural hiding spots outside of Nancy's room?
There's one inside of living room that I messed around with for a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
And the fridge.
It's in the back. I can. no, not the fridge.
No. Not the exploit part of the fridge, but the fridge itself. Yes. Watch.
Watch what?
Hey, so. That was so fast. What?
I just heard bye.
We just stepped inside.
Oh no, our
Okay, to be
Chinggis, he's fallen over.
Flash, to be fair, I totally could have smudged, and I just didn't. I thought
You
thought
lock
I
up.
could've smudged,
You
dude.
lock up. You
I
can't
thought
think
he
in that
could've
moment.
smudged. Yeah, I folded under pressure, dude.
Oh, okay.
So right here, Flash is a
Pretty
good
decent. Ooh, okay.
It's pretty decent. And if the ghost, like, you can kind of corner peek it a little bit too. Like, you kind of step
Hey.
out and kind of look at the ghost.
Is that heartbeat overbearing to you?
I want to say yes.
Okay,
a
it
little
feels
bit,
like it to me
but-
too. Okay, we'll see, I guess. Oh, look, a free flashlight. Oh, look, a bone.
Hey, look, he's on dude, you gotta die in better spots, man.
Oh
You
my
gotta die in
god.
better spots.
No, we have zero sanity, zero sanity, zero evidence. So it's gonna start hunting immediately. Do we have a what you call it at the beginning of the hunt? You know, the thing with the stuff.
What?
You know, the timer
Obviously,
thingy with the doohickey.
Oh, no, I
The
haven't
grace
smudged it
period.
yet.
Oh my god, would you
Oh,
stop
grace
it?
No, there's no. Wait, yeah, 2-second grace period. Sorry.
2 second. Ooh, okay, nice.
2 second.
That's
Yes,
pleasant.
yes.
Okay.
This custom is great, man. I love it.
That's nice. Mine is usually no curse, and I have power on like you, but then it's 1 second grace.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I think I died too many times in 1 second grace
Oh,
period.
and you have
Really
hiding
much.
too.
So I was like,
This is nice.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Is it all hiding?
Everything? It actually might be.
Okay. It is very spicy.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's not.
Oh,
I
okay.
slide you.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wait to see when it hunts again. It did kill pretty fast. Thank you guys for the follows.
It
Thank
did.
you so much for the subs. Oh my word.
I want to go grab a photo cam.
All right.
Never mind.
No, you're not.
That's gotta be right.
That's. Interesting.
That's not a Raiju.
No. That. Oh my god.
I want
Is
to
it
say.
a Pontu? Maybe.
I want to say Obambo.
Oh, really? You think it was that? Oh, it could be. Oh, but that slow felt real slow.
Oh, you're right.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know. I want to say Obambo based on the no hunt. I don't know if they fixed that bug. Or
Oh,
not.
there was a bug.
Yeah, something Justly told me. I don't remember what it was, but something about like the.
It's very active.
The ghost is not being able to hunt.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, Zero was telling me about the Onryo, not in super detail, about how sometimes it doesn't do its ability after the third blowout. It takes like the fourth or fifth.
Really?
I was like, what? So then you can't just cross it off. Chingus
there's
is
some
dead.
weird stuff going on lately with ghosts.
Yes, there is some weird stuffs.
I
Ethan, think of the 12
really
months.
want them to fix the bug where like the ghost spawns above the floor, like below like the ghost room. If you know what I'm talking about. It's really frustrating.
That does suck.
Oh,
Hi,
hey,
Chingus. It's about to hunt on top of us, I think. Maybe. Oh.
Oh.
Go start
Should
inbound.
I? Do you want me to go turn off breaker to go check Hantu, maybe?
Where do we think it's hunting from?
It seems like it's hunting around. I mean, do we have? No, we don't have motion sensor.
No. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, breaker's right here. Okay.
I mean, we got.
Oh, we do have lockers too. Nice.
Yeah.
Chingus, you okay? Well, let's see.
That is fat.
Still fast.
Yeah. I'll smudge for you.
Okay. I still have mine.
Oh, it's a Moroi.
What?
It's a Moroi.
That's why that slow lasted that long. Wow.
Yes. Okay.
That was
That blew
really
my mind.
tripping me up. Okay.
Yeah, that
Love you,
actually
Genghis.
tripped me out so bad.
Wow.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, hold on. I gotta go. I gotta do something real quick.
Okay. I gotta get Norm. Norm, coming with. Hey, Abby, how are you? Yeah, the Moroi.
Gotta go grab Chingus.
Oh, okay. He's going back in for your memory, Chingus. How could you tell? Because of how long the smudge lasted. Careful, SpongeBob. Run.
That is a photo, dude. That is
Nice.
a photo of all.
I'm not going to see the same thing as you, though. I see the corner of a couch. His name is Norm. That's what we're calling him. And there's a silent
What do
G.
we want to do here? Do we just want to go and get Chingus back into the lobby?
We
or...
can. Yeah, I mean, especially since we think we got the ghosty.
Yeah. All right.
I'm cool with that.
All right, Chingus. It's a Dio.
Wow, imagine dying to a Dio, dude.
Okay.
Your friends named it Gnome Jenkins. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Welcome back. Like prepared to
Damn
talk to you.
Dios.
Yeah. So what it was is I completely forgot we were moved to 0 sanity there. So I was so excited to get Demon Slayed just now. And then we were working it out and it was like Moroi. I completely forgot.
Thank you for all the
I was just
follows, friends. I
it
appreciate
spawned
you.
right in front of me. There's nothing I can do. Let's
Would
move
you have
on.
been pissed
Is
if
it?
I smudged
This
and
might
you
be an
thought it was
OBS
like a
problem. Is the
No, I
is the
wouldn't have.
game
I'll
looking
never be
smooth,
upset
by the way?
for living in a game.
demon? Oh, that's
If it is, it's an
2 seconds,
OBS
my headset
problem.
battery's dead. I gotta switch
Okay.
it out real quick.
Anyone else
I
name
think
the
unfortunately,
narrator?
due to school things, this has to be my last game.
Okay. No. I understand.
But I would definitely love to run it back with you guys sometime.
Looks fine. Oh, of course.
When I don't have school.
Yes, please. Yes. Abby, thank you for the super
I
chat.
love the chaos here.
Oh,
great.
it's
I'm
always
back.
it's always so fun. Oh wow, that was fast. His old man potty breaks are quicker
Did you-
because now he's wearing
Did you
dependents.
guys, I put the catheter in because I knew I was playing with Maddox and he wouldn't
He
understand.
said, "Go, give me a second, guys. I gotta mute the stream."
No, dude, Chingus, I get it, man. How'd you think I grinded?
Abby,
to
thank you for the
prestige
super chat. Found a bug in the map. My friend died at the
You-
back
you
door. I
think
used the monkey
Valve
to
is
revive
that?
him. It spawned him
No,
in the garden.
I just thought Justly carried you.
Oh, I kind of want to try. Oh, maybe I'll try it with Chingus.
All right.
Oh, Abby, that's a great idea.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, the smudge timer lasting
Sorry.
longer. Yeah. Babsy,
Did
thank
you
you for
guys
the
see my
year.
present I
Last game,
made?
Go ahead and just choose. A
Your last game? No, sir. I insist. If it's your last game, you have to pick the last map. That's how this
Oh,
works.
but-
Listen, I'm cool with
Do we
whatever.
just
If you want to
wanna
do
play
Tangle again,
Tanglewood,
that's fine by
or-
me.
Like,
Yeah.
let's just work.
Cap, thank you
Tangle.
for the raid.
I can make the boobies again.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, ooh.
It's there. It's there.
Ooh.
It's there. It's
Ooh.
there.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
I hate it. What's with the
right,
different
guys.
badges? So this is the badge that you. Oh, never mind. The badge I'm rocking is the drop badge that you can get from me right now. Any Kinetic partner streaming the next week, you can get. So watch my streams. Oh, look at it, nice. And then you can earn the badge. You just have to watch for 2 hours. Eh?
It looked so good. It looked so good.
I know. It looks so great. The surrounding neighborhood is good. Everything is good.
It's so good.
It's just, you know what? I was saying it earlier. I was like, I think my biggest like complaint, I guess, would be some sound stuff here or there.
Yeah, but I mean that could be fixed.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Way easier than like bugs.
I was really scared. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I was really scared they were gonna mess it up.
Make it really dark.
Change up like a couple rooms, make it super dark.
I was a little feared that they were gonna change the layout too. Yeah, that's literally
Yeah.
identical. So, no complaint
I
from
was
me.
just telling chat, I think it might just be me, but I feel like I can see better in this map than other maps.
Yeah. Hey, Drenzy. Capture photo of the ghost. We do need a photo. Okay, someone has a photo camera. I'll bring in the EMF. Milo can play tangos at the front door, opening the other way. Yeah, the front door opening the other direction is also a little eh.
Yeah,
Okay.
they gotta fix that.
Like, I get it, I guess, but still. All right, I got a crucifix.
But they had to
I got
let
2
you know
smudges.
it was different right from the beginning.
Hey, who's got the camera?
Me?
Hey, can you get that boner right there? My guy.
That was jaw dropping.
Oh, shysta. Hold on. Hey, follow me, Chingus. Can you get a picture of that?
Where are we
Following you. I'm following you.
Can you get a
There we
picture
go.
of that ghost?
Oh, come on!
You
That
got
didn't
crucifix,
count.
It's okay. You got crucifix out of it.
All right. There. I'm just getting some looping stuff open for us. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring this
I
guy
do
right
have a smudge, so.
I do too.
Here's photo camera for somebody. I'll do video.
Good chow.
All right. I'll take a photo during a hunt.
Okay.
I got it.
Making
I
music.
got
Thank you for the
I believe in
prime.
you.
I don't. I'm famous for missing ghost photos during hunts.
No, it's gonna be fine.
See, even when I miss photos, I still get something.
Normie.
Wraith, we're go. What?
What the hell?
What?
Shortest hunt in the world?
Oh, I didn't realize you put salt down. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's a Wraith.
I would only assume it didn't walk any others, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't walk in any others.
And
so
we
I
didn't
think-
smudge it, but whoa, wait. It ate the crucifix.
So are we thinking teleported?
No, it ate the crucifix.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Smudging.
you're
One of
right,
you
you're right,
guys
you're right.
smudge.
Still could technically be a Gallo. It could be. That's what I was trying to make sure.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Oh my.
I think it's just a Wraith. 'Cause it
Still
should've been
thinking
a
Wraith.
weekend.
Okay, yeah.
After the hunt.
After the hunt, yeah. Okay, I just want to be sure.
This should be an easy perfect game, I think. Oh, where's that?
I'm guessing over in the other
In
door.
the closet.
Perfect.
All right, what are we missing media-wise? I'm gonna go get the sound recorder.
If you want to maybe go get sound, yes.
Might as well go for a perfect game. Why the hell not? Money. Thank you for the drop, dude. You're very welcome, of course. Played your first round of the work. Got a mirror light switch immediately. Nice. We have no more smudges. Okay. I'm gonna bring in the other crucifix. I've got the sound recorder, and I'm gonna bring a candela. Okay, I'm ready. The ghost loves the new closets too. Got your poppy corn. Let's go. Where you at in the house, Maddox? Oh, hey, how are you?
I need to get a photo of the cursed possession. So what do we think? Because this has been a big debate inside of my chat all day. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's no Easter egg whatsoever.
I don't
and I'm
think so
standing by
either.
that. There's no. Okay.
I don't think so either. Here's the reason why. I think they preserve the Easter eggs for their new maps, and they do not do it to their reworks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's by the what we've seen in the past. It just makes sense.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think by
Can
now,
confirm.
like, someone would have found something.
Something,
Like, someone
right?
would have
Tom and I had that same conversation. We're like, something would have stood out by now. Something.
Yeah, like how many people are playing this game today? There's got to be so many.
Right.
You know, like.
Yeah.
I got all photos.
Okay, I'm just wait for this booger to hopefully eat
And
this.
I need 2 more videos. So.
Let me go.
Cruci and a blowy would be nice.
That'd be nice. We could double down.
Do you still have a smudge on you, sir?
Nope. We have
Here.
crucifix. We're okay.
Here you go.
Do you have an extra?
Yeah, I just threw it on the ground.
Who has video camera? Okay. What the hell? Why is it so loud?
Oh my god, look at the light on you guys though. That's kind of cool.
All right, be ready to record this.
How do I turn it off?
I don't know.
The remote control.
No, we're
Would you relax?
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's right there. Oh God.
Videos are
Oh,
done.
it's so loud. Hell yeah.
Okay, I need
It is
this.
so
I need
loud,
this.
like
I need this.
ridiculously
I
loud.
need this. All right, blow that out. Come on.
Yeah.
Oop, sound. Give. He's also disgruntled. Okay.
Did you?
Got it. Run in.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
This custom with other people is just so easy.
Nip Nop raid. It's royalty. Hi, Rain.
GG's.
Let's see. Audio, video, photo. GG's, G's and cheese.
GG's.
Aha.
Yep,
You guys
GG's.
are great.
Aha.
Yep. No, you're great.
Can't blow out the
You're
birthday
great.
candles for it. I tried. Hi, friends. Galactic. Hello. What's up, Cloud?
Welcome back.
That's
I've
a
prepared some jobs for you.
perfect game, and that took us 5 minutes and 52 seconds. No evidence, no sanity. Perfect game.
All right, fellas.
Wait.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I do have to head
yeah.
out.
No.
No duplicate photo.
One more?
No.
I can't do one more.
One more.
Don't do
I literally can't.
This is how me and
but no,
Flash
that
gets
was great
awake
fun.
till 2 a.m. and we have to work the next day.
It's like, all right, just one more? All right, one more.
Just one more.
Mr.
Okay,
Maddox.
one
Just
more.
one more.
Thank you for the game, sir.
It was a pleasure,
Yeah, no,
Maddox.
absolutely,
Thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much
you
for
guys so
joining
Finally got
us,
your
buddy.
shop, of course.
I'd love to play again
Shop.
sometime if we can. Whenever
Yeah,
I don't
of
have
course.
You know, I can play.
Rain, I hope the stream was
Yeah,
good.
man.
Did you check out
Well,
Phasmers?
GG's, guys.
Bye.
I'll see you
Have
guys
a good
on the
one,
flip-
sir. And then he's gone. You start packing for the trip? Oh, are you going to go have a visit?
We can talk at normal speed now. I love
So
it so much. He's so
was
full of
trying-
energy, man. Yeah. And there
God.
we were, all by
Oh, the drop is great.
ourselves.
Yeah, the drop looks so good. I love it.
Well,
All
I can do gear.
right. It's up to you.
It really doesn't matter for either one of us.
Not
I'm
really.
not prestiging anytime soon.
I'm also
'Cause I
not
don't need
prestiging
to, you know,
anytime soon.
Until
Jeez,
Triple
thank
X
you for the-
comes
thank you
out,
for
there's
gifting
no
to
reason for me
Rain.
to go it because I could never be 1x shy of what I truly am. That's my
Damn.
excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Damn.
But
Did we unlock a new friend? No, it's Genius.
I am gonna do a different.
Glitch, thank you for the sub.
I think I
Welcome
have
in.
a custom with just friendly.
Okay. I mean, whichever you want to do. It's,
So here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Okay.
I watched you yesterday, of course, right? And both times, but I didn't fully pay attention on purpose.
Okay.
This is my first exposure was no evidence speed run on Blood Moon. So let's give me a full tour of Tanglewood
Okay.
as fresh eyes as a noob.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
then how about I just
All right.
I'll be in the back seat, and then you just have look-see around, and I'll do a little looks in myself.
Whatever works for you,
we
sir.
can look
But
for
I
lore
am going to
things.
turn.
We can look for more stuff
Where
while
are we
he's
at?
doing that.
Where are we at here?
Ginger Ninja,
I'll
thank
just
you for the
modify this
5
one.
months.
This is the meme run, which I can't do anymore.
No, we'll get
Um,
creative. We'll figure it out.
And I'll just set it to friendly ghost. Yeah,
Maddox.
that's what we'll do.
Homie.
Friendly ghost
Okay.
is on.
Thank
and then
you
we'll
for
have
the raid,
150%
homie. It was great.
Speed.
We only
we
got to
have
play
the
a couple
lights,
games, man.
all the
It was
cursed
great.
items.
How do you get
Let's
the other
go.
card? The one that
And the
Maddox
ghost will be
had?
extra
What is
angry and
going on?
angsty.
What the hell is going on? Cat, black clad. What the hell? The card that he had, that Maddox had, was the one from the board over there. All right, let's do the thing, sir.
Yeah, we're doing the things and the stuff.
Yeah. So this is, I think, friendly ghost, so he can walk around finally for the first time. Freaking triple. Did you guys purposely triple raid?
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
You did. Oh, Luminessa.
Hey, it's snowy.
Hey, it's snowing. Oh, thank you guys. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Were you playing new Tangles as well? We're all fast and stuff. So this isn't a real investigation. This is a friendly so that he can go check out the map. So I think we will accompany him, but also take advantage of the time to try and maybe see if we can figure out some lore about the map. You know, we don't really need anything else. We sure did. Oh, how was? Lots of fun, crimes, deaths. Oh, that's just playing with friends.
Oh, hey there, sailor. You come here often?
Oh, let me set the mood real quick. Oh, never mind. The ghost will do it.
Do you want a puzzle?
Listen, I haven't seen this get interacted with yet, but the ghost can interact with the puzzle.
Oh, can it really?
Yes, because I've come back to this room and I've seen this thing all over the place.
Ooh. Hi.
Maybe it'll do it now.
I'm
just gonna stare at the puzzle. Sorry, I'm just getting that out of my inventory.
Okay, so it's interesting that the closets aren't blocked; they're just locked.
They're locked so that you can't try to use them to shimmy yourself in.
Yeah.
Toss it or it would be really funny if it was like a couple different things it could do. One, it could just throw the pieces everywhere. Two, it literally completes it. The mayor can do its ability on the dollhouse, which is fun. Really? Oh, the light switch thing. Okay. Just needs help. I would help with the puzzle. I just can't pick up any of the pieces.
Oh, we can't do nothing with it, can we?
Ghosty.
What else is interactable here?
This pillow.
Nothing? No. Ah!
Hey, witch, how are you?
Got
a little tin for sewing stuff, of course. Good time to find the hiding spots. Oh, the natural hiding? Zero's working on that stuff right now. Pink Fox, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. For anybody that just raided, if you guys need to run, I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for the raids. I know Maddox said he had to go because he's got to get some sleep so he can do school stuffs. What the hell are you doing? You making a Mad Hatter costume? What's with all the spools, bruh?
I mean, I'm just seeing. I need to know everything that's interactable.
True.
Every single
You know,
thing.
a really important thing about that is knowing what sound it makes when it hits, so you know what to look for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm disappointed I can't pick up any of the yarn balls.
That is a little disappointing. Although there's more spools.
There's so many spools.
Hold on, let me set this
There's
up.
so many things to move.
Is there a thing of is there a thing of like lotion? Is there like a thing of lotion?
They need to take it from like nothing.
Hold on, I need to go look and find something. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Is there like a thing of lotion?
Poof. Oh.
Damn it.
Oh. Oh my.
Just setting the table up for you.
Is that kind of puzzle, is it? Oh my.
I'm just setting the table up for you. I figure, I want you to feel at home.
All right, wait here. I've got something for you.
Okay, I'm gonna make this stand up here. Yes, sir. Hold on. What if I get it on the plate? Hold on, I'm gonna try to get it on the plate. Oh, damn it. So close. Oh, no, shit. Grabbed the wrong thing. What the hell is that supposed to be?
I just served you an apple on a plate. It's definitely not Booba's. Save the time.
Booba.
Chat.
Booba.
Support
It's a
the
booba.
pigs.
I still want this on the plate. I have like a mission.
Okay, you can see the water.
Oh. I'm getting thieved out the wazoo. Imagine, dude.
What an asshole.
It's kind of a dick move. I did it. There we go.
Hey, question. So this is like my 5th time in this map. Is this power always, it's always been here for this one. Does power move into another location?
The power is in the 2 same rooms as it was. Oh, hey, all right. It's in the same rooms as it was before. So garage on the right or bottom of the stairs of the basement.
Okay, cool. I've had bad luck then, I guess.
Ghost got so pissed it started hunting.
Oh, I don't recognize that dog.
No, I don't recognize the dog either. All right. Yeah, we're just kind of farting around while Chinggis actually looks around. We're just farting around.
So I saw this. We can play with the dollhouse.
Yes.
And I come on.
And there's roughly
saw that
72 of each book.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see this. Look. Look,
And
this
the
is
weird
the most
fucking doll.
This is the most ridiculous thing ever. This is so ridiculous. I don't understand why this is a thing. There is not a need for this many. I feel like a few would have done.
So they had to overdo it.
Ghost is in the master bedroom playing with the dog toy.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep.
I heard squeakies.
There you go. Put that there. Put that there. That there. All right. There you go. Hey, can you read me a bedtime story?
No, you don't have the one I want to read.
My favorite one out of the pile.
Oh, it's this one.
Almost. Oh, you almost had it. It's actually it's this one.
Okay.
Oh,
Once upon a time.
Hey, did you pick that up?
No.
You should.
Oh, Moo Cup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classic Moo Cup. It made no sound.
Yeah, that brings back other memories.
There we
You
go.
know that?
Yeah. Other games.
Yeah, another game that I'm an official content creator for, maybe.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
Hey yo. Hey yo. All right, these books are glued.
I'm letting
This
him
is
do
all
his thing.
glued.
How do you check your progress? Go to twitch.tv/drops.
Oh yeah, I think I have it set for no hiding because it's a meme run.
Yeah.
We have the mirror location.
Hey, want to see another trick? Want to see another trick? Want to see another trick?
Yeah.
And now, hold on.
Yeah.
Ta-da! No, that wasn't the trick. Oh, Chinggis.
What's that?
This was the trick. Ta-da!
Oh my God, it's in the ground.
Hold on. You know,
I'm surprised you found it. I saw you and Flash and
That's me.
Tom doing that.
So
Yeah,
I
you're Flash.
heard that if you have the gnome near the ghost, that things happen.
Oh?
That's what I heard.
Okay, let's
I need to test this. Where's the
Okay.
ghost? Is it in the bathroom or
It's
is
in
it
here
there?
somewhere.
It might be in the potty.
Just farted on me.
Hey, you in here? Hello?
Does this count as a separate room? Because it was
Yes.
the same room in the old one.
Yes,
Okay.
the ensuite is a separate
So
room.
that's okay. All right.
I don't see breath though.
I do.
Oh, do you? Okay. Whoa.
Oh, not wait. Oh, it's out here. Yeah, Brett's out here, sir.
All right. There you go, Ghosty. Toilet's freaking out. I know. I heard a sound further away.
What the fuck are you doing out there?
I heard that too. I threw my lighter down. Gosh dang.
Come
it.
back in here. Oh. I don't have one either.
Turlet.
Thump.
And
Did
now
you know
we
what this
wait.
reminds me of? Those old like giant makeup poofs. You'd be like, makeup. Poof.
It's like burgling nose.
Throw pillows, but
I don't know where it is now. I'm gonna go find my lighter.
oh, that's an interesting sound.
Didn't I throw it on the ground over there? So there it is. Ghosty. Ghosty.
Yeah, I don't see my breath in here now. I think it might have moved.
Wonder where it moved to. It's here.
Oh,
He's blocking the door.
what a
All right.
douche nozzle.
That's okay. Here,
Okay,
Ghosty,
all
do the
right.
thing.
Have you said same things?
No,
or,
I have no idea what it does.
Or are we just wasting time? Okay.
No. I've heard that the ghost interacts with the gnome. Not like that.
Okay. They looked like they were about to fight. I thought the gnome was going to take on the ghost.
He does have a pitchfork.
That is a cute little pitchfork.
I tried to put a banana on it.
Did you get the banana on it?
I mean, it was kind of leaning on it. It didn't
Oh,
really.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't say
all
it was
right, all
super
right.
successful. Queen Brat. Thank you for the 9 months. Hello. Listen, we could just keep looking around and eventually figure out what it does.
Okay. If it does anything.
Right. Yeah. Keep giving a gander, and then I'll be there.
Excuse me, sir.
I want to see if it does anything. The reason why? Look at the bottom. It looks like it has a speaker on the bottom of it, right? Oh, it touched it, but nothing happened. That's Chingus. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Evil gnome? I don't know. I heard it did. That's why I want to try. The new cursed object? Oh my god. Wolf, thank you for the 6 months. Ghosty's out here. Ghosty, do you want to mess with the gnome? You know you want to touch
Did
it.
it do anything yet?
It
No?
touched it
Okay.
once, but it didn't do anything.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, your breath smells really bad.
Oh, he's sensitive.
Feeling weathered.
What?
What was that?
What,
Sir!
what did it just say?
I just heard little laughing.
What did you just say? Did he say, I'm feeling weathered?
Is that what he said?
It sounded like it. Do it again.
Clips! Clips!
Do it
Somebody's
again.
watching
I was like
both of us.
partially
I need a
talking when he
clip.
did it. Come on, Ghost. Speak.
To the rock.
I don't know where the ghost is. Ghosty. Do you think it's from an interaction? I do.
We have confirmation that it did the thing.
It definitely spoke. I'm feeling weathered. Come on. I don't know where the ghost is.
I mean, it's still like, I still see breath here.
Yeah, I'm checking over here too.
I don't want to leave because I just missed out on it. You think it's a one and done?
I don't know. Norm the gnome. He's got a voice. That was not the... It's over there again. Hey. Hey. Talk to our... Make the friend talk. Be Lord, think of it. Oh my god. I'm following him. Ooh, he touched the door.
No.
What if he wouldn't interact if I was just holding it, would he?
I don't know. Would it interact with the bear? If you were holding the bear? Okay, pal.
Good Lord, man. All right. Well, I guess, I mean, listen, I don't want to stop you from exploring so you can get your explorings in there.
No. This is important.
Nice gnome. Thank you.
We have priorities here. I think everybody here needs to hear it up close.
It's rocking the rocking horse. And the bear's on it.
Going for a little ride. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How about we leave and come back?
We could. What, you afraid he's going to touch
settings.
the books?
Okay. All right, big guy.
It's important. We need to hear this. I know. What we could do. Ooh. Oh. Do you think that the sound would come through a sound sensor?
Ooh. Maybe. Oh. Well, I don't want to miss it. Listen here, butthole. All right.
Tim
He's right
White.
on top of me.
Oh, Timothy, come on.
Timmy, come on.
Play with Norm. I want to see it. Again.
All right, nothing happens tonight until we get that fucking gnome to talk again.
Wait a minute.
I can't do it now.
Do we have all the cursed objects?
We do. Everyone.
Oh, wait. No.
But we have no sanity, so just be warned.
Okay. You ready?
Okay.
We're going to try.
We got the bear laugh.
A little too many objects, I think.
All right. Yeah. Come on, let's leave and come back.
All right.
Then I'll give us sanity so we can use the doll in it.
I can't
Hopefully
tell.
we
Did it
get
just
in a
do a
room without
multi
as many
ability?
things to interact
Or was that just...
All right.
Maybe? It sort of looked like it, but I'm not really sure. Think of all the follows, friends. No, it's unreal.
Welcome back. There's some
Yeah.
jobs ready for you.
Oh, I saw the crucifix turn. I saw that. Maybe we'll get a better room for it. All the pins. I'm just surprised that it does all of that at once.
Yeah, I just need to... Hold on, I need to change to custom real quick.
Okay. Schmacked. The day has been good, friend. How are you? We are doing good. We found a new interaction on this map, and we're trying to hear it to the best possible ability, meaning like we're trying to have dead silence.
I'm so ready for this.
Let's go.
So freaking ready for this.
But we at least have it once, right?
All right, so we.
This. Yeah, we're ready. Let's do the thing. About to load Tango for the first time? Heck yeah. Hey, Mr. Quack.
I'm gonna see if we can record it too.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to do video because I just want a clearer shot of it.
Okay.
He's going to try to record it. All right. Oh, boner jam. Oh, my God.
Oh, look, a bone.
Okay. Where's the ghost? Bloodman, our second on new tangle. Nice. Oh, the power's already on. Oh. Ghosty. Oh. It was in there.
Oh, it's back there?
It was.
All right. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, he's getting Frank. He's getting Frank. Hell diver,
All right,
hello.
here we go.
Okay. Franklin's freaking out. Relax, Frank. All right, at least a little dignity. Damn.
Wait, does the light have to be off?
Well, I'm wondering if it'll interact with the light on. It might.
All right. There's a noise behind us. That's the.
Stupid dog toy.
Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. I don't have a headset. You want to try the voodoo doll? I got it right there for us.
Yeah.
We have sanity now, so.
Let me give it a try. Okay.
Now do something cool.
I'm gonna wait for that. Okay. Try again.
Yep.
What an ass. You know what? Hold on. No, I'll leave him there.
Okay. Wow. Son of a bitch!
Nope.
Motherfucker puss bucket.
Hey, Mateo, how are you? Been loving the Grandma's House 1998 vibe? Me too.
He's laughing at us.
Oh, it just threw a hat.
Ooh. Come on, do the thing.
Rocks. Ghosty? Jim Roberts. Jib. Favorite map is Willow? Yeah, for sure. The gnome does.
The poor gnome's probably like, these two guys are just staring at me all weird. We are like towering over him. We're like, oh, do your thing.
Might just need to try later.
Son of a bitch. Maybe there's just too much stuff to interact with in this room.
It's gonna happen eventually when we're not looking. I'm okay with just trying later.
Yeah, I'm starting to get comments like, are you playing the game? I'm like, no.
I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay, all right.
Me and my Nomi.
Rolling with the Nomies. Speaking of, you know he's gonna love that bibbity.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a bibbity thing.
Safety gnome, yeah.
Oh wait, I don't have a flashlight.
Way to go. Need the badge still. Hang out. I appreciate you.
Oh hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? All right, where are you going next? Say, I've
I'm
already
gonna
been to
check
this
the
map
basement,
countless
then we're
times.
done.
They don't.
I know. Do the thing, you butthole. Do the thing.
There's too many items here. Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Gnome chose violence. There you go.
Oh my god. Oh, we got the little fuminator thing. Oh, they paint minis. Oh my god, it's the choo-choo.
Oh my god. Just a guy in his trains. Oh, will you happen to stream for another? Oh yeah, for sure. Ramen, yeah. Yeah. We'll be on for a bit. All right, while he's doing his trains, I'm gonna go with the gnome. What if I get it again? Put the gnome on the tracks. He knows something. Damsel in distress. I'm gonna go put him on the tracks. I like it. That's a good idea, Baron.
Oh my god, it just runs the sound thing over.
All right, we'll try that. That should do. What if I put his little hat inside of, what if I put his little hat in the hole? Oh.
Oh yeah.
It won't let me. Oh.
Make the fucking sound or we'll feed you to
I
the
made
train.
made a little bridge out of him. There we go.
Oh my god, all this stuff you can interact with. There's
There we go.
so many things.
Sly,
here.
thank you for the 6 months.
This is crazy.
Choo choo.
Okay. All right, let's get out of here. Let's play.
Yeah. They will eventually
Oh,
get
there
everything.
it is on the right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll eventually happen. We'll try again later. It'll be fine. All right, let's go. Ghost got jealous of our fun, I guess so. Damn, Hantu. Yeah.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
All right.
He's indeed not a Hantu. Got your
Some
badge.
comfy, cozy nightmares.
I'm down, Charlie Brown.
Back to Eaglewood.
Sir, yes, sir. I like it. Does the ghost haunt the choo-choos? It does. I just haven't had it happen yet.
We've arrived. Check the equipment. Get set up before investigating.
Fog. I like the fog.
Oh.
I
I
like
can
it.
actually see more of the neighborhood.
Yes, it
They
does.
changed the lights.
Yep.
The street is different.
Sir, yes, sir.
We're further away from the house, so the crucifixes won't burn if there's a demon in the garage now.
This is many truths. Waiting to get the badge. Nice. No Frank. No mirror. Music box. Boner. Let's go look at the power. Does the potato still make a sound? It does. It does indeed. Hey, Sonny, thank you for the prime.
What the hell was that?
It's the iron. I don't know why that goes off every time the power gets turned on, but it does. Yeah. Hold on, I have to watch to get the
somebody
badge.
like deep breath
2 hours.
inhaling.
2 hours. Right. I'm just gonna drop my stuff here and go get the camera. Hey, Lana.
We have ghost orbs in the garage, sir.
That's cute. All right, to the garage. How do you fix the spare box not responding? The best thing you can do, Poison, is to go to their official Discord and let them know you're having problems. Yeah.
We also have locker hiding.
Extra cute. Give me that. Leave that. This. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Nah, probably not. No, the crucifix on the wall is only functional in the sense that it can give you an interaction. It is not something you can use to defend yourself. It's not like a free crucifix on the wall or anything. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Welcome in. If you're here for drops, you just have to watch for 2 hours. Watch for 2 hours and you'll get the animated badge. You have until the 10th. So I stream tonight, I stream tomorrow, I stream Friday. All the things. Why is Ghosty doing nothing? Okay, the orb is still there. It's doing nothing, man.
Oh, let me double check the orbs are still here.
Okay. It should be cool if it was a free
Orbs are still
cruci. Yeah, seen it.
Oh, interesting. One of the things Maddox and I learned is I threw the crucifix on the hood of the car. You can't take a picture of the crucifix while it's on the hood of the car. It doesn't register it.
Interesting. Oh yeah, ads. I can't stop for ads today. Not while I'm playing with others. Mr. Wahats.
Ghost!
Oh, Mr. Wahats, mine just started.
Ghost!
Yeah, I don't usually stop in multiplayer. I don't usually stop them. I just let them ride. Yeah. UV.
Oh, feet. Look at those feet.
Look at them
Orbs
toes.
and feet?
Look at them toes, boy. How's it going, Mr. Watts? Looky, looky, I got hooky.
No way! Take the photo. Does that count? Those are Obake fingers, right? Hold on, light him up again.
Oh, let me light it up. Look at that. Look at that. The old baker cake.
Oh. Oh.
Ethernet on the PC again. Nice.
Oh, we need blowies.
What'd you call me?
And I forgot to record that. Oh my god. I'm gonna go get some blowies. Be right back. Oh my god, record it! It's not recording!
I panicked.
Yes.
Remember I caught an Obake camera shape-shifting? Unfortunately, that doesn't count as a ghost video, which is super stinky. Super stinky. All right, what? Got the badge, let's go. Love it along with the rework, me too. Ring, ring, bicycle, you got it. Wow, wait, okay. There you go. I got you covered.
There's that. Okay. All right.
You do get a Phasmophobia drop here. You do indeed. Okay. Does the camera only
We
record
have all
loading?
the photos.
No, you can do it from the truck too.
I'll actually throw that one down there just in case.
Okay.
All right, Ghost.
What? Oh, there we go. Got it.
Got it.
Hey, Myth.
Oh,
Thank you
what's
for the
over
follow,
here?
Maddie.
I won't get lost. You get lost.
Okay. Damn, dude.
There's a Ghost is a butthole, man. Oh my god.
It doesn't like you.
All right,
What up,
listen. If
Tate?
I could find a car like this that was still drivable and in this nice shape on the body, I honestly think I would buy it. Do you think it's got an 8-track or a tape
You
player?
can give it a gander. Dope whip. You like that?
Can I? I can't see in there.
What? What? Oh, it went away so fast. New ghost type. Butthole. I've already got door moved. That wouldn't have mattered.
I'm going with tape player. I'm going with tape player.
Oh, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Why must you do these?
Are you the most boringest Obake ever, or are you a Mimake?
I'm going to go with it's being a boring butthole. It's going to eat the crucifix in 5
I think
seconds.
it's going to be a boring butthole, yeah.
Hey, Nocturne. Getting spoiled. I'm sorry. It's exposure therapy. That way you get used to me. A little delayed, but I'll take it. All right, now can you
I
event
don't
with like
think it was
a...
quite 5 minutes.
Can we get a ringy rosy, please? I said 5 seconds. Hello, Mr. Barron. I've been good, sir. How have you been?
Get an event. Ooh, I can get motion sensor for the last video, right?
Do we have... Oh, I couldn't
works,
see
too.
it. No. No.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, I get a motion sensor. Don't die. Do you have a smudge? Oh my god!
Hey, hey,
Here's smudge.
hey. We
What?
have everything.
Oh, okay.
Cub Scouts tonight. Relaxing. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, there we go. Wish we get the drops on. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know of any campaign that does that on the YouTube side. Yeah, to get the drop, all you have to do is start an account and just open the stream and leave it in the background.
It's a topaz. Yeah, topaz. Obake.
Sir, yes, sir.
World's most boring Obake.
It was very boring. Thank you for all the follows, friends. Appreciate you. Can you get voice recordings from all the ghosts or only some? Oh, you should be able to get them from every ghost.
Job's ready
Yeah.
for you.
Is that the new Tanglewoods? It is. It is indeed. Nice though. We still got it.
Man, perfect nightmare. We did perfect no evidences. I mean, I can retire from Faz now, right? We both can.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
Just be all like, oh, thank you. Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
Random. Let's just do chaos.
Okay, I'm down.
Chaos.
Please
Chaos.
be Tangle again.
Mix it up a little bit because we've been running nothing but
Yeah,
Tanglewood. I
I'm
mean,
cool with that.
down to keep running Tanglewood, but at the same time, I'm not, right?
Right.
I love the new map, but let's do this.
Oh man, that'd have been so funny.
It's definitely.
You've arrived. Check
I still have mixed feelings because it's bittersweet for me, but it's definitely cool. There's so much stuff.
Oh, the new Tangle?
Oh, we're at Nels. Yeah, the
Yeah.
new Tangle.
Right.
Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff to take in.
There is, but it's
I'm
nice.
gonna do the ad thing, sir.
Okay, mine already
I'm gonna do
happened.
the ad thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, do your
catch up
thing.
with you in a minute.
Yeah, you're good. they fixed the audio in Nels. Also, the freezer hadn't. If they did and they didn't like put it in the notes, that sucks. Describe fixed. Good Lord. And no, the footsteps are still loud AF. The ghost is here. It almost sounds worse. I'm fairly certain it sounds worse. Stacy, thank you for the prime. Thank you so much for 19 months. Doctor, thank you for the 5. That's definitely not. The wind, like, don't get me wrong. I get the idea of the rain on the window thing. I don't know if it's intended to be this loud. Because that's ridiculous. Like, the rain is not little knives. It does not need to sound like that. It's so stinking loud. My God. When it's quieter out actually in the rain instead of inside. My word. Thank you for the follows. It's raining sideways. Kind of distracting if you're trying to listen for things. Oh, yeah. The eggs turn black to lighting. That's correct. Yep. I think it's kind of based on how many lights are on. Here, let's turn on Dusty's trail for Chinggis.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail. Oh, Dusty's trail. Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon ahead.
It sounds like I'm wearing high heels, dude.
Part of a wagon train lost from the wreck.
Dang, bro said in and out getting more equipment. Yeah, skibbity. Oh, I love the new Tangle SP. Love it. It's been so great. Get one of those, get one of these, get one of those. Found a visual bug with the picture frame in the living room where if the ghost throws it onto the coffee table, the picture becomes invisible. Oh yeah, that happens a lot. For sure. Hey, Bussy, thank you for the prime and you freaking follow, man. You just got here. On Dusty's trail. What ghost do I die to the most? Demon. Les démons. Les démons. Oh, thank you, Leary. I appreciate it. Oh, this map. This Nels is great. Nels is really, really nice too. How do you turn on Dusty's trail? There's a remote control right over here.
Mountains and hills that they must scale.
There.
Where are you?
I'm back. Where you at? What you got? Wait, I see.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
No, not the
Are you
evidence,
here?
but the shiny.
I don't think we have spirit box. When does the drop have to be claimed by again? You might have to check with the drop. I'm not exactly sure. What do I think the new map will be? I have no clue. The new map later this year, no idea what it's going to be. None at all. What if he get hunted immediately? You know how funny that'd be? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I got a recording. That was it. That's all that happened.
Let's go.
Nothing else happened. It
Nice.
turned the power off.
How did I know it was an event and not a hunt? Because the ghost spawned immediately. It's still over here, right? Yeah, it's right there. Okay, it's not going to be writing. Dawn gets mighty rough and they don't seem to mind. California, that's the place they must find. EMF 5.
Ooh.
Deserts and rocks in their way.
And the dots.
Alright, that guy there. Gotcha.
Oh, come on. Why didn't that count?
You gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that. I got you $1. Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
First time catching one of the streams, hello. I hate it. I hate it.
Come on.
I don't like it. Chom, thank you for the biddies. Oh my. Deserts and rocks.
Oh my god.
They're in their way. Hey Dark, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate you. Thank you for the sub, dude. Got your badge. Let's go. Ghosty, do you want some mustard pancakes? Here's the mustard. I'll work on the pancakes.
Come on, Ghosty. Give me the Paramike already.
Oh, Stippies? No Stippies. Okay. Heard it slapping its little feet off the ground. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going?
Once again, it didn't record.
The drop is animated, yes.
It's yours.
Have you thought about trying to get it, trying to get a recording of it? Like that? Or like that?
You know, Flash, I'll just never be as good at this game as you are. That's all it is.
Yeah, sounds are done. That's so funny. Oh, thank you guys for the hype train. Time, thank you for the 3 months.
It's gonna take him 3 fucking seconds.
All right, I got it. Ready? Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Oh, Wolf, thank you for the gifted. Oh, that's not it.
Okay,
Rude.
All right, I'm scared now.
I'm just here for the $7 steak.
I just want some waffles.
Oh, you got one right there.
Got a full triple
Hunting. Oh Lord, she coming. She's abusing an item. I don't know what that was, but it was like the same thing over and over. Just thud, thud, thud. Like an angry gamer just beating the... Side note, thank you for the biddies. Thank you for getting the hoodie.
I'm better than this.
Aww.
Oh, where's the power at?
Over the straight ahead, yeah. Iceberg, dead ahead. ACC, welcome in. Hi. Get smudged on, idiot.
She's just working. It's fine.
We only have EMF 5, right?
EMF 5 and dots, sir.
Oh, we have dots?
Yeah, we have dots. In-person dots.
Oh, I think I already have that. That might have been a waste. Yeah, that's a duplicate. Hey, can we delete the duplicate, please? I'm sorry. Got excited. I got excited. I saw the ghost things. I wanted it. Translucent ghost, EMF. Do we have a burn cruci? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Got that time.
Oh god damn.
Why is it spicy?
I was all like,
What were you like? All right, just checking.
yeah.
Am I late for the drop? No. I'll be any stream that I do that's Phas from now to the 10th.
Oh, we have soda machine hiding too.
Okay. I'm gonna go get another smooge.
That's a good idea. We have another Cruci in here too, I think.
Did Chingus see dots on video with his beautiful? I believe so. All right. I got another smooge. I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
We do need a video of the ghost. And also 4 more videos.
Yes. Give me those dots again real quick. Just do it real quick, lady.
Hey, coffee.
You've been dotting on us
Sir,
all
was that
night.
a Reese's mug? It was meant as a joke.
all night.
It was meant as a joke. I got it. I got it because of Chiba.
All night.
But it's a large mug and it's clean, so I'm using it.
What do you think of the new drops badge?
It's the largest mug I have.
It's quite interesting.
I think it's very nice. We have made multiple compliments. We've made multiple comments about how it doesn't necessarily make sense to do it with Tanglewood because it's a mannequin badge and there's not a single mannequin at Tanglewood.
I was thinking that it would have been a good badge for
Farmhouses?
Grafton, you know? Yeah.
Yep. Do you know if the dollhouse counts as a light for the mayor test?
Well, maybe
believe
they
it
just
does.
had that one in the bank, you know?
Darkest Joker, thank you for the gift.
Save a little
Thank you.
time, little resources.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
yeah.
down. I'm down for business efficiencies, sir.
It's still a nice badge. You know, maybe they're just like they're catching up.
We're down with it. We're down with it.
Mr. Wild Hots. Thank you for the biddies, dude. I'm gonna let Chingus get hunted. Watch this. Enjoy the hunt. Need a video of the ghost. It was showing itself on dots, and as soon as oh, dude, it happens to me all the time. I have such trust issues with trying to get dot video or photo just because it fails so often. Local, thank you for the follow. Hello. Did you get it?
So far.
Hey, dude, is the other crucifix in there? Oh. He'll be fine. He's fine. I did tell him to enjoy the hunt. I think it's very fair. What the hell kind of pathing is this? What the hell? Hey.
Hi.
You okay?
I gotta go get another smudge because I smudged.
That said evidence. Oh, he got the ghost. No, that's a photo. Nope, he didn't get anything. All right. I'm waiting to try to get dot video. Yeah, I saw it. He had the video camera. I'm gonna try to get it. Tiffany, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. Hello. Ghosty. I have about 20 seconds before it tries to hunt again. I don't know where the other crucifix is. Jazz are saying rocks are in their way. Dusty trail. They'll come right out. Hey, Chrome. Watching YouTube all the time. I appreciate it, man. Oh. Groovy. Oh, yeah. This spot right here.
You okay?
Love it. Yeah, I'm okay. I got myself a cosmic cola.
Oh, nice.
I just realized that the... Oh, never mind. Translucent ghosty. I have hunting ghosty. I've got object thrown. I'm going to get the motion sensor as it walks back over here.
I'm here for emotional support, sir.
All right.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you. Here she comes.
Wow.
She said,
If you didn't know, we have dots.
she said, here I come. Blow it out, ma'am. Do the thing.
Oh, shit. We still need one more photo.
Ma'am. Oh, my God.
There's a photo camera.
I swear to God,
God damn
dude.
it.
When I'm not looking, she's like, this dirt bag.
Do you have the photo camera by chance?
I do not. Eek. I know, now she's spamming dots. It's when I'm not looking. Queen, thank you for the prime. What a dirt bag.
All right.
Absolute dirt bag. Where did the lantern go? Oh, it's right here.
She disappears right when I'm ready for it. All right, come on.
Avanti. Now do it.
Duplicate photo to delete.
Oh, duplicate object
Thank you,
thrown. Delete. Got excited. I did the same thing you did. What an appropriate emote for this situation. KW, thank you for the prime. The difficulty is nightmare. Yeah. Thank you for all the primes.
Well, I got good news and bad news.
Pants are dirty?
The good news, I instinctively took a picture of the hunting ghost and still managed to escape it with a smudge.
Where's the video
The
camera?
bad news is we already had a ghost photo, so it doesn't count. And we're out of deletes.
Okay. Oh, then
So
never
we can
mind.
just roll.
All right. Got the ID, but why can I not use it in game? What steps have you done with the ID card?
Wop, 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 wop.
Who am I playing with? I'm playing with Mr. Mighty Chinggis. You know, sometimes it sacks the
Going
sack.
with Oni, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. It's pretty damn visible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. To see the progress of your badge, go to twitch.tv/drops.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Thank you, Poison Ivy. Thank you. Lovely, lovely. What ghost was it? It was a Noni.
Yeah, it's like the symbol's like a dream catcher, and then you have all of the mannequin parts. Yeah, that definitely feels like a Grafton.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll still show it off for now.
Roger
Support
that.
my friends. All my kinetic partner friends.
Oh.
They're so awesome.
Well, hopefully we have the static one after this.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would both enjoy and benefit
Wow,
from
man, thank you
this.
for the gifted to sand. I'm sure there will be.
We've
Oh, you know,
arrived.
we had to warm
Check
up.
the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Oh, we're back at Nell.
We've had no reports of violence.
Yeah,
but
same
keep an
weather
eye
and
out.
everything. Same weather and everything. So, are you doing the TikTok thing tonight?
I'm not.
Okay. And
No,
not
because it's
having
been
those
running. No,
issues.
it's been fine.
Oh my God. Yeah, I
Yep.
was wondering if that was it. Okay.
Redemption. We're going to fail
All
again.
right.
We are going to fail again, and it's okay. Back for more Dusty's Trail. Hey, Grim.
I'm gonna give a
welcome
little
in.
backdoor action. I'll meet you in the middle.
That's hot. Hey, kid, I'm doing well. How are you? Juice is loose. Thought I heard that too. Where was the throw? Not over here. Bring back the
Could've
original
sworn it was one
jukebox
of
song.
these two
I
rooms,
think so
though.
too.
Could be the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken.
Skull in the bathroom?
What's in the bathroom?
Yeah. I am doing drops. Yeah, cool. If you look at the top of your chat, it should say that you're earning it. Is that you at the water or the ghost?
That's the ghost.
Bathrooms. Bathrooms.
Alright, it's in this one.
Roger that. Do we need parabolic? No. Negative. Kitchen the table.
I don't even have anything on me, you butthole.
Oh
Good
my.
Lord, man.
I can shine the light in his eyes. Kitchen tank where
very,
we work
very
reminds you of the house you
effective.
were born into. Oh man. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Slick, Meta, Ani, Hurricane, Simon, hello. Why is it you bring a parabolic in? But that just answered my question. Yeah, but also just when there's a lot of noise happening to try to figure out where the ghost is, it can be helpful. Depending. There we go. Some of the videos I've come across are very educational for the game. Thank you, of course. Yeah. No matter where you watch, I appreciate it. Days routine. Rocks. They're in their way.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail. Oh, Dusty's trail. Dusty's trail. Part of a wagon train along from the red.
Okay, I was in the process of pooping, sir.
You were out of there.
Oh, there's writing in here too.
I was like, he dipped. Damn.
Oh yeah, I shat all over myself. Oh dear.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Just leave it on with him then. Mr. Time Lord, thank you for the gift of this cyber. Oh my. Zistar, thank you for the 30 months. How bad were you expecting something public domain? Oh, I was so hoping with the VHS above it, or next to it, I mean. Oh, I was so hopeful, man. I was a little disappointed. Just a little bit. Yeah, misunderstood. Hello. Zestara, hello. How are you, friend? Hello, how's it going?
we got?
Have you played the maps? Have you done the things?
We got video. Got that. We got EMF, dirty water,
Nether, how are you?
writing, crucifix.
Desert and rocks are in there. Wait, door move, disturb salt. Started watching, learning from the other side. From the other side research. Glad you also played Fat. Love both games. Make both enjoyable to watch. I appreciate you. Yeah, other side was one I think that a lot of us were hoping was going to get some traction. You okay? This is kind of cool with the lighting. BRB, need dinner? Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm fine, sorry.
Rolling through the promised land. All the
It's so fast.
Mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale.
Oh, my Lanta.
Did you see what happened just now?
No.
I got too close to your lantern and it lit my smudge.
Nailed it.
He started back by the office, by the way.
What mode is on a nightmare? Yeah. That can happen. Not usually, unless he threw it. Damn. He must have thrown his smudge. That had to have been what happened. Two sounds back to back, so satisfying. I know. And one letting, like, one sound allowing the other sound to finish before the other one started.
God.
Got it. What evidence? Do we only have dots so far?
Dots and writing.
Oh, yeah, the book. Sorry. Well, it's definitely not you. Obama Thay? Probably a Thay? I mean, I don't know. I gotta hear the speed. Give me this. Just to have Frank's spawn point on Tango would be changed to the doll seat of the bicycle.
Videos are
Sorry, what was that? Delete the photo? Oh.
Would you be so kind to delete the photo, please, sir?
Roger that, sir. Thank you, Wahats. Hey, Witchville, how are you? You walking in high heels over there?
Yeah? Is that okay? Just
I mean,
my stuff,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. I felt judged for a minute.
See, this way I can listen to the ghost and watch the video camera of the hallway. That's hot. What are the circles in the parabolic? Those are all sounds. So watch this. But if I quickly cycle through the items back to the parabolic, gone. Any sound that is currently playing whenever you do the cycle will be removed. Okay.
And that happened.
Oh my. All right, give me a sec.
All right.
Go over here. Normal speed. Let's see. Where is the Fae? I need to hear it. No, the Obama. I want to hear the Obama, don't I? That might be fast Obambo. With the speed that it was and based on how much we've been around it, I feel like that we would have aged it too much for it to be that fast.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was just thinking that it was an Obambo.
I think it's an Obambo too. For the capture a paranormal sound, the parabolic, you just have to hear it.
Well, as long as we're right, we have a perfect game. I didn't find the bone. Did you find the bone?
Nope.
Oh. I don't have a smudge.
I do. Here. Wait. Did you pick up the skull in the bathroom?
There's a skull in the bathroom?
Yeah, earlier when I said bathroom.
I didn't pick that up.
Oh, well, I think that's where it is. Good call, guys. Is the gnome an Easter egg? No, I don't think so. Maybe just a cool interaction. I don't know if I'd call it an Easter egg. Unless it does something else that I just haven't seen yet. Implanted deer. Wait. Implant deer. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Well, who's doing that? I do this.
Is that the left bathroom or the ghost room?
In the small potty. See it? I got it. I got it. You better run, boy. I decided Twitch so I could actually interact with y'all. Well, welcome in.
Employee potty. Okay, I'm on mine. All right.
Yeah, I've already picked it up.
Oh, thank you.
I got you, boo-boo. Yeah. Beat Resident Evil earlier. Ooh, very cool. Like the mug, it was inspired by Chiba.
Thank you, sir. Ooh, perfect game.
Classic Nels. We might need to purposely do more tangles if it's going to keep giving us stuff like that. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate you.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Game lies. We were right. It was wrong.
Wow. We definitely were near it a lot.
Yeah.
but apparently we aged it 3 times and it still was that fast.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess
Whatever.
After 3 hunts at the exact same speed, though, probably should have tipped us off too.
Yeah, but the timing could have been off, even for the old Bumbo.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. You still got time for more, or are you getting close to calling it a night? Or okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. More randoms? Okay, we're gonna go random again.
Listen, it's gonna give us crap. You know that, right?
Yes. For the content.
No, it's not crap, but
I'm here for
All right, we're
classic Willers. All right.
Look at the equipment and
I
prepare
mean,
Willers.
it doesn't get better.
starting the investigation.
All right. Let's go.
Hello Street that is technically
Let's go.
already revamped.
I mean, that's like saying. I mean, that's like saying that Tanglewood was already revamped.
True.
I wouldn't say that was a revamp. That was a very minor upgrade.
Well, they moved the fridge. That was everything. Ridgeview, when they changed Ridgeview, I remember us making a big deal
Switching the
about
rooms
that.
around. Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah. We were all like, I'm so lost. What is going on here?
All right. Let's see. Nothing. The new animations for what? No phone yet. There it is. Hallway upstairs.
Power's on.
Ghosty. Like the ghost name. Okay. Tango got an 80s facelift. Well, no, we're talking about when the door going from the kitchen to laundry, like it went from kitchen to laundry instead of hallway to laundry. Yeah.
Is that upstairs hallway?
Yeah, it threw a book. Made 2 streams in a row. Nice. Very nice. Let's go. Thank you for all the follows, friends. Minor renovation, I think, is more appropriate for sure. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, hey. Are you here? You know how they used to break their backs? The models looked up. It's literally what it is right now. Yeah, that hasn't changed. Yeah. Hey, cool. How are you? This. Has he done a photo of that? Did I just double that? No, we're good. Yeah, they haven't changed the character models. Hey, you're hurt? You should go to a doctor. Ghosty.
Yeah, there are.
It's all nervous now.
Dude, do something.
It's not having any of this. Willow's your favorite? Same.
Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Are you near? Are you far?
Three shades on the new Tangle. Ugh. Gross. What up, Burton? Rebel, welcome in. Asher. Razor. Not having it?
Oh, it's still... Yeah, I was gonna say... I'm starting to get a little cold in this room compared.
Okay.
12 in here. It's back up to 10 here.
Probably on the move.
Yeah, or at least wandering.
Well, let me give it a try. They are going to be doing character customization. We just don't know when it's happening. They've already announced that. First time in the stream? Well, welcome in. Let's go get some motion sensors. Yeah. When are they going to add more than just the house? What do you mean? Just what house? I love the new Tanglewood. I love it. I think it's great. Let's get as much. When are they going to add more than just the house? They have added many a house. Hey, Darren. Mimic on Tangle didn't find the orbs, but it switched to a rev. Oh, yikes. Yikers. All right, put that there. Put that there. I've got a smudge. We're good. Got it. All right, it's back in the room. When you think haunted, think of your grand's old house. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Hey, that guy. Thank you for the prime. Welcome in. Let's stop this. Stop the noise. I can tell if it's a ghost event and not a... How do you tell it's a ghost event and not a hunt? Typically, it's easier when you have a grace period. If it takes like 2 or 3 seconds for the ghost to start hunting. Because if it immediately walks, you know that it's not a hunt. And especially like the red light event, that's never a hunt.
Fingies.
Phalanges.
Spirit box.
Galu, Phantom, Pulte, Mimic. Interesting. They ever announced what quarter? No, I don't think so.
Sure.
The Tanglewood badge for the 50 maps? I have, yes. Phantom? No. No, not a Phantom. No. What the hell? So we need videos and audios.
Yeah, here I'm gonna throw some feet down.
How many evidence? It's nightmares, so we can get 2.
Feet picks count as different picks, don't they?
Yeah. Wait, I just got... Oh, I did. Okay. Haley, thank you for the prime. Mother effer. Just work.
All right, photos are done.
Oh my god. I'm trying every method possible to make this work. There we go.
Yay!
Damn. Oh, damn. Hey, Theo, what's up?
You come back in here. Okay, good.
Ghosty, blow that out. Hey, Hungry Dinosaur, welcome in. How are you? Love the vids. Thank you, Spooky.
We're all here watching. As FlashForce approaches the ghost with his hot glowing box, he expects a good blowy. Will he be able to catch it on tape? Will he be able to sell it for a profit? The ghost sets the mood as it gets ready.
Let's kill him. Kill him now.
Motions a little closer
Kill him now.
to the flash.
I swear to
Will
God.
he get the blowies?
Somebody tell David Attenborough to get out of my bedroom.
You wouldn't.
He'll be
like, hey, yeah. just sit in the chair right here and keep talking until I go to sleep, please.
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Attenborough, please. When you say you go to sleep to like The Office, oh.
I do.
That poor bunny. I go to sleep to the the nature shows that are either by David Attenborough or Morgan Freeman.
Oh, nice.
Those are what I play on.
Yeah,
repeat
yeah.
When I'm trying to. So.
Those aren't bad.
Just
I like
something
watching
about it.
those. It's just nice and chill. What do I do for work? I am a video
And
editor.
informational.
Yeah, I've been a professional video editor for about 9 years, probably ish.
All right. Well, maybe it's just not your thing. I'm here, Ghosty.
I'll leave you two alone. Damn. Editing software, Adobe. Yeah, I've used Adobe forever. What you want, bro?
Oh God, we don't even have a sound recorder, do we? Oh dear, I'll be right back.
So what things are
Don't
like
die.
not picky, but are like? I don't remember if it was.
All right, Ghosty.
Oh, I mean, you could also often. Oh. Okay. I got you.
Can I get any?
Hold on.
Oh, yay!
What'd you say?
One recording down. Can you whisper me sweet nothings, please, Ghost? Just tell me what you want to be when you grow up. No, you don't need to throw the shoe.
Talking to the
I'm
missus.
being reasonable here. Just
Sell an arm and a leg
no,
for
don't walk
Adobe. It's
away
expensive.
From, I know. That's FlashForce. I get it.
Hi.
I get it. Hi.
Yeah, talking to the missus. There you go. Nice. Got the fire extinguisher. Got that. Now get the ghost
Oh,
event.
it said get out.
Oh, that also works. Repel. We also don't know what the ghost is yet.
No. But
Not
I think
a-
with where we're at,
Not a fan of Tom. And we definitely did not see orbs. No.
yeah.
So Gallo or Pulte.
So it's been in Pulte and Galoo, but it's definitely done some really big yeets, but no like.
I'll leave those two alone. Can't afford CapCut. Well, luckily I have Adobe through my job. Yeah. New here, welcome in. Ads are starting in like 3 minutes. I might try to snooze and have him hit the same time as him.
It already burned the Cruci once, so we should get a hunt now.
Okay. DaVinci Resolve, it's free. Yeah. I just don't like node editing. Or I guess because like when I'm, depending on the type of editing I'm doing, I mean, if I'm doing gaming stuff, I'm not like coloring the video that much or whatnot at all. But with my work, I am. So DaVinci Resolve is amazing for color, but workflow wise, it just doesn't work for us. Thank you for the badge, of course. Absolutely, of course. Who are people that I edit for? I mean, it's probably best for me not to be like, hey, this is the job that I did and here's all my information. But I mean, right now I do a lot more local stuff, but I used to travel a lot more for video. Like that mug? Hi, butthole.
There's
I
a
do
lot
see
of
Eric.
throwies in that little bit of walking, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that didn't seem very polty of it.
Oh. Son of a biscuit.
Social security number and list of fears. Oh, it got the juice.
Yeah, I'm going for it right now.
Roger that. It did not feel very polty-like. What if we... Different idea. Different idea. Snooze that for now. Give me that. Spicy. I don't know, man. If it's not a polty, then what? We have like hidden orbs somewhere?
Well, it'd be a Galu, right?
I mean, I guess.
UV and Spirit Box?
Maybe I smudge it. I mean, if I smudge it, then we can get it to be a different speed. But it just ate the crucifix, so it should already be a different speed.
Yeah, it should be angry now.
Which it ate the crucifix before, right? What is my favorite map rework? I mean, rework-wise, probably Tangle.
What, are you open to use the loop it in here?
It was just in case it was polty stuff, yeah.
Okay.
You never know.
Yep.
Come on, Ghosty, you can do it.
It did eat the last of the crucifix there.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear. Any way to remember the difference between a yokai and a yurei? Yeah, the yokai is a dum-dum. That's usually the way we look at it. Yokai dum-dum. Got him.
Up is smudge.
Got him.
Up
Wife and I
is
played earlier this
smudge.
evening. Second official run in the new Tangle. Nice. Always want to play Phas, but you're broke? That's all right. Do you ever eat fast food or anything like that? Just skip a couple of those and then you can afford to buy some Phasmo. Yokai's dumb and hates talking. Yurei open and close doors like a gentleman. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a good play. Do the roar. Do the thing. Throw the things. Why aren't you throwing the things?
Because it's probably not that good. I am playing with Mr. Chinggis. 3, 2, 1. For some looping a ghost, Polty chased me around the table at Edgefield. Knives and forks and plates. Just trying to rip your head off. Well, Fluffy, he's not reading. He's reading his chat. He's not reading ours. Come on.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Seriously, it's not doing anything,
No.
Flash. This is the second one in a row. Not in a row, but second one tonight. But like the world's most boringest Obake, and now we have the world's most boringest Galu or Polty.
There we go. Sounds a little fast. God. Uh-oh. It's going the wrong way. Holy shit.
What the hell was that?
Items being thrown to oblivion.
That was crazy, man. a Pulte.
Scott, that was absolutely Pulte throws. I don't know what happened on the last hunt. But the speed sounded weird. Do you hear the
Bet
plate?
You couldn't do that.
I hear a plate, but I can't see it.
Do you not see this one all the way up here wedged in the picture?
No.
Oh, man.
I just hear it bouncing.
Oh. It's perfectly stable and smushed up against the wall between the photo and the
there's
clock
nothing there for me.
All right.
Top right pick for him.
We're definitely gonna Pulte, but we have to incense it this time, so I guess I'll take the 6 more hours for lunch. Or for lunch? Yeah, hunts.
I'm just enjoying the beat. It's such a good song. Don't get line of sight. Don't do it. You're gonna mess it up. This is so dumb. I still hear the stupid plate, Chingus. I'm cool with Pulte. Maybe it saw me. That might have been what it was. It might have honestly just seen me, and that's okay. All right, I'm going Pulte.
I'm going Pulte too. Push the button.
Super boring ghosts.
Yeah,
Be funny if
that's
the dev
too
dropped a
generic.
patch where the ghost could climb furniture. No, that would suck. Like a lot. Like a lot.
Welcome back. I've got some
Hi,
jobs ready.
caramba.
Oh my
Thank you for the
God.
follows, friends.
What the hell is going on with passive ghosts, man?
I don't know. It's because it knows that
I mean,
you're
we
trying
are a nightmare.
to abandon ship and play anything but Tangles. My ads are playing, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna run mine real quick then.
All right.
Hold on.
We'll just say waiting for ads. There we go. They already go through the table? Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We will wait for the ads. Oh, here, we'll do this. Any recommendations for leveling up faster? Why do you want to level up faster? Only level 10 and I feel like it's taking forever to get there. So I think the problem is that if you try to level up quickly and you do it in a not natural way, that you're not going to learn what you need to learn at the, like, to level up faster. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point of playing through and grinding through the levels is so you get better over time. If you're just doing like no evidence, hope and pray, run in there, I don't know, and leaves and getting the ghost like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Good night, Nate. Have a good one. Good night, friend. Appreciate you. Your badge won't show? Did you claim it?
I got a minute and a half left on mine, by the way.
Yeah. Basically the same here. Hey, Clee, thank you for the 2 months. You did. And did you follow the instructions from the main screen when you get into the lobby of Phaz? Got a chem exam tomorrow you're studying for watching? Ooh. I just want the better tech, but I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, I understand you want the better tech. I totally get that. But grinding your way up to that tech will help you understand how to use everything and why you should use things in certain ways. You know what I mean? Would you recommend doing Friendly Ghost when just prestiging to get other items and money? No, because if you're doing friendly ghosts, you won't get money. New badge is snazzy. I like it too. Oh,
That looked like you pushed it over with your butt.
maybe I did push over my butt.
That's hot. I'm here for it.
Hey. Nice. Nailed it. Anastasia, thank you for the prime. Oh wow, that's fine. Just ruin it. That's fine. That's
No, it was a magic trick. See, it was a magic trick. Anybody could have ticked it over and done it another way. Okay. Okay. All
right, ads are done. Ads are done. We're back. Oh my
ready
god.
when you are?
I love. Yeah.
We're going back to Stranglewood.
We need to. It's a must.
Yep, absolutely. It's a needed.
Enjoying the map though? Yeah, it's been so good. Thank you for all the primes. Nikki, thank you so much for the 3 months, friend.
We've arrived. Check the
Oh,
equipment.
of course it's raining. Oh, my favorite.
Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object. Investigate it.
You know what?
God,
I
this
love it
sounds
too.
just
I
so
don't like the
different.
weather. Don't like the weather.
Do you think it's intentional?
What's that? The sound?
The weather. Yeah, the weather's.
Why it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel? Like, I don't know. I'm not really sure.
It sounds. I was talking to Maddox about this when we first started. I don't know if you've ever been caught outside when like a really nasty storm's coming in and like the dark clouds are over.
Oh yeah.
And the wind's
Yeah.
howling. This
Of course.
is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Which for me is spookier than actual thunderstorms.
Right. All neighborhoods sound like that, don't they? Sure. Do I think joining public lobbies is a good idea? I think it's worth a try. Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't. That's totally fine. For sure. Chaos, thank you for the 6 months. What up, homie? Bone in the Nancy room. The VR kid with the cartwheel, man, just so funny. Like, I would have never seen that if I didn't join public lobbies, you know? The dog's name, I did. The dog's name is Izzy. Not a gin, but, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we've already got power turned off. Oh, iron throws.
Yeah, threw some over here.
Oh.
Hey, Jesse, welcome in. Oh, that was me, sorry. Yeah, definitely there.
Stealing dots in Tanglewood are amazing.
The blue soap is drippy? What? When you switch it in your inventory? You lie. There's no drippies. Where's the drippies? Where? Not this? Oh. Oh, the laundry room. I'm sorry. I thought you said the bathroom. I apologize. Oh my God.
Where are you? How old are you? Are you here?
Hey.
How old are you?
Hey.
Hey.
I found something for you.
Why is it goo?
Here, can I see what it looks like? Hold on, come here. So cycle it into your inventory, like go away and bring it back. I'm not really sure why that goose. But it does. You know what? Let me go get you some tissues. I'll be right back. There you go. Now you can do it all you need.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay.
Goo. Have I seen the cross in her? Oh, yeah. Yep. When that flips upside down, sure have. Don't move. I'll get you a towel. Ew. Let's get a smudge. He's got a crucifix in there. Photo camera and audio. The goo ghost? Yeah. Quite the decision. Yeah. Thank y'all for the follows, man. Damn. Bad Llama, Tyler, Garrison. What up, Jay? Welcome in. The Bone's knocking at the door. You can't go in. Boner's knocking, but I can't go in. Nope. What is the cursed possession, I wonder? No cards.
You have a camera?
Photo camera, I do.
Yeah, it wrote. So we have writing and spirit box.
Oh, mother lover. Wait, am I recording it? Okay, I did. Whatever that was.
Okay.
No, I couldn't hear it. It wasn't actually playing any sounds. The paw? Maybe. It could be. Hey, Mr. Moto, welcome in. How are you? The paw. Get away from the bike. Ding ding. The paw. Hi, Maddox. You do have a smudge, right? Yeah. The rain. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Chinggis, I don't know how to tell you this.
What?
He has no pants on.
Oh, god damn it. It's beef jerky, man. Really?
Yeah. Feels bigger now. A lot of like the hallways are bigger for sure. You love it? When you're trying to listen to the map, I do not.
Motion sense.
Another sound. Oh, it said get lost. Wow, what a prick.
Oh, what a dick.
Wow. Why is he naked though? He can't find pants. Just super aggressive.
No! No!
Don't you get for leaving?
You son of a bitch!
Don't you get for leaving?
You son of a bitch! I was trying to find the door and it was the
Do we have
cabinet,
any
wasn't
evidence?
it? We have spirit box and writing, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
I got you. It's okay.
I say it as I literally looked at everything. Here, I'm gonna eat this moldy banana. It'll make me feel better.
Yeah,
I'll cook it.
You gotta put it on a gnome pitchfork first.
There we go.
Oh, you're frying it up.
Yeah.
Fried nanners.
Fried nanners. Ghost, I need another picture. Make it a translucent ghost model, please.
Yeah, I'll take that for the video, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, any ghost model works for me. I'm not picky.
There we go. There we go. There we go. What else can I get a photo of?
The crucifix once it burns.
Oh my God. Where? I always forget about the damn EMF. I always forget about it. Sigh of relief after that one. That's everything. We just need to figure out the ghost. Dio, Mayor, Moroy, Pulte.
And spirit.
Oh yeah, spirit. Yeah.
I know, I don't want it to be a spirit either. Oh, why'd you throw the paint? Nemo worked hard on that.
My God, let's get the windows away from me. Get the windows out of here. Hey, what up, Dova? For Mr. Taters? Well, I hope Mr. Tater is doing well. Speed-wise, that'll eliminate some ghosties. Oh, I would love a Dio. That would be fantastic. I haven't had a Dio here yet. What's up, Noodle? How are you? Scooper, hello. Indem, hello. Kai, hello. Cairo, sorry. Why does the board there become invisible? Oh, it's a rendering issue. Yeah, it's a render problem. How's the game so far? Good. You hear the difference? Ghosty, no hunty?
There be nothing happening.
Interesting. How many hiding spots are in the map? I don't know the number offhand. I'd have to look again. Dios are fun. Dios are lots of fun. Come on, Ghosty. All right, we'll just play with the trains. They should do a train map? Maybe. I don't know what the rooms would look like. It's hard to say. Ghost board, quick, record it. I got another man. I'm not really sure why some objects do that. The same thing happens at Camp Woodwind. Yeah. Camp Woodwind, there's some items where like you're this far away and it'll disappear, but then you go and it appears. Naked man coming to play with the train. I think he just smudged it.
I smudged it for a spirit test since it was normal sounding.
Roger that. Where are you?
Here.
Are you here?
Take it away.
Where are you? Where are you?
Stay close next to me.
Are you here?
From behind.
Where are you?
Here in the left.
You can never get me. All right. So we know it's not you. Get out of here. We're doing a photo shoot. Work it. Here, eat this moldy bread.
I'm sorry, it was too hot for me to look away.
That's okay. I understand. Love the new Tangle. I do too.
I do like the new closets.
I do too.
I do like that.
The being able to peek out of the closets is great. What up, Frosty?
Yeah. All right, we're at 90 seconds now.
Why does it not chase? What do you mean? Yeah, it's Norm with a G. Yeah, we call him Norm.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
You don't need to be a butthole. Just messing up this living room good, man. Oh, do it.
Worth a try.
Please. Please do it.
Hunt. You introduced your team to Norm? Good. I don't think it's going to happen. Would you get off the ficus?
I don't think it's gonna grant it. I'm sorry, what? What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I think that was melodramatic. It's been greater than 3 minutes, sir.
What the hell? Move to the kitchen hall? I think so. It might be. If it moved to the hallway, that means it's in the dining room now. Yeah. Oh my.
Okay, well, I do have a second timer going.
Try to get a mare ability, I guess.
Maybe?
Nothing. Would you say, did you have a spirit timer going by chance?
Yeah, I did. It was over 3 minutes from the point of smudge to that hunt. And I did incense just again.
Okay.
And I have another spirit timer going. We're at
Okay.
a minute 57 left. For
Gotcha.
The spirit timer.
Okay. Goes removing a ton on the new map for you guys. I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, my nostrils. Saw the brethren here at the basement door. Yeah. On a streak. Nice. I'm gonna sneeze it. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I feels it. Good progress? Heck yeah. I'm checking up on something. Hey, Krishna, how are you? What's up, Elaine? The games have been good. How's it going? At least your back didn't go out. Oh my god. What is my favorite part of the rework? My favorite part of the rework. The lighting. The atmosphere, I think, is probably one of my favorite things. For sure. It's so nice. It is so cool. How's the luck with blood moons? I did have one earlier. Yeah. I did have one. It feels more homey. Oh my. Gives her granny vibes, yeah. You can tell Mama was ready to sit down and watch her soaps. Why not use the EMF? For what?
That's two times that were greater than 3 minutes, so I'm guessing spirit.
I'm cool with that.
All right.
Groovy. The puzzle pieces mess with your OCD. Well, apparently, I mean, the ghost can mess with them too, but I don't know if it Like, if it can actually put the
All
puzzle
right, push
together,
the
it'd be sick. Only pet peeve is that the event board says Tanglewood has been vacant for a long time, and it does not look that way. That is true. Unless Mimo like hit the floor, it should be a little more dusty.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Oh no, spirits are buttholes. Yeah, yeah.
What a pooper, man.
What an absolute poopers.
I think I'm gonna call it there, sir.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
The
Sames.
the poopers are kind of like, meh, fuck these guys.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I am too. We're so old. We get late tired.
A little late tired, I
Thank you
know.
for joining me tonight.
Of course, sir.
It.
Appreciate the invite.
Thank you for getting me drops.
Hey, roger that.
Have a wonderful evening.
You have a good night, sir.
I'll see you in your stream tomorrow. You're streaming
Yes.
tomorrow?
Yes,
8:30
sir.
p.m.
Yes, sir.
Live on FlashForce, twitch.tv/FlashForce.
Oh my God.
The famous FlashForce.
Yep, I'm leaving now. Love you. Bye.
Welcome back.
He is such a turd.
Got some jobs ready for you.
Absolute turd. How many games do I have on Tango now? All right, 26. We're getting there. What a turd. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Let's go find somewhere to go. All right, Tubes and Keeks, thank you guys so much for hanging out, friends. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's go find a raid target. I'm going to try to find you guys somebody that is a kinetic partner so that way you can keep getting drops. It's kind of always the goal whenever these things are happening. So if you haven't earned it yet, then we're going to take you somewhere that you can keep earning it. 'Tis the goal. Oh, thank you, Koki. I appreciate it. Like 5 minutes away. Yep. If you just stick around whenever we go into the next stream, you just stay there for 5 minutes and you'll get it. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha's luckily nice. Yeah, it's going till the 10th. You have more than enough time. I'd rather watch you. I mean, you can just wait. If you wait till tomorrow, I'll be live again tomorrow. So that's possible too. It's up to you, boss. I just work here. Could it be a long 40? No, you'll be fine. Catch you tomorrow. Absolutely, Manic. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. If you guys are not in the Discord, by the way, Discord is there for anybody that wants to hang out outside of stream. The rest of the socials for anybody that's curious about where else we are. Is there a secret badge on the new rework? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, nobody has found anything, I think, that is telling of any secret. So I don't think so. Oh, that's where we can go. That's where we can go. That's where we can go. Yeah, we're going to go visit our homie. How do you get the other badge? So you have the drop badge, but then you also have the one for completing the map 50 times. 50 times. Wrapping up now? Yeah. Yeah, so I can get some sleeps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, how am I liking the new Tangle? I am loving it to death, man. It is so good. How do you see your percentage? If you go to twitch.tv/drops, then you'll be good. Yeah, yeah. The animated badge is the drop badge that you're earning right now, or have earned. That's the animated badge. What is this sleep? What are these sleeps? Oh yeah, that's true. If I mean the drops are not enabled over there, but if you're just looking for background noise, the 24/7 channel is always live, friends. I'll definitely make sure to get some new Tanglewood VODs on there too. Keep him talking. Quick distraction. Oh my God. The stalling worked. You got the badge. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's get ready for the raid things. Fry, you listen here. You listen here, bucko. Thank you for the subs. Lost, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Yeah. So if you guys are still earning your drops, don't worry. We have a Kinetic partner friend who is still playing. So you'll be able to earn it over there. You said quick. That is not what we said. Yeah, of course, Violet. Of course. I'm glad you're able to get it. Like we said, we think that this week is going to be, well, this week is obviously the animated badge. More than likely, the next week is probably the non-animated, the static one. Yeah. Yeah. Just got home from work, still streaming. No, we're about to go right into another partner. So if you're still trying to earn drops, you'll be fine. Yeah, we're at the end. Yeah. But I will be live tomorrow night. So there's that. Yeah. All right, let's go raid. Friends, if you are a follower, the first one is for you. If you are a sub, the next one's for you. Creepy little tier 3s, they get their own special one. Yeah. All you guys have to do is hang in chat, copy the raid message if you would like to. It's up to you. And then we'll take you over to a friendo. Is there a regular badge as well? I think so. I think there's going to be a static version. Would you prefer 2 crucifixes with 1 use or 1 cruci with 2 uses each? I'd prefer 1 crucifix with 2 uses. Yeah. That's just my opinion. Thank you for all the follows today, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. All right. Let us go raid. Thank you guys so much for all of the biddies and the subs and the follows. Thank you for the raids. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm glad that some of you guys were able to get your drops. If you haven't, you have until the 10th. You literally have another week to get drops. So you have more than enough time. I'll be live Wednesday. I'm going to be live Friday. I will probably be live with Faz on Sunday. So you have plenty of opportunities. Okay. But yes, friends, much love. I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for everything. I will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.